I'm going to make things very, very clear, all right? A lot of brave women and men lost their lives sacrificing to get to this point in knowledge and education on what not to do, on obstacles we faced that we don't have to go back to. This is why it's important to remain constant in this education that we already know. All right? You're going to be directed the right way. All right? And God's letting it be known. Again, I'm Mr. Roman from the Bible. I predicted the pandemic in 2016 when God told me, and it actually happened in 2020. All right? So listen closely. You're going to build, keep each other healthy, cared for, keeping everybody used to each other, care for the animals, all of surroundings, just like we are, you know? In education, helping hands, we're healthcare providers. That's why all of the training is presented in visual, and we go through it together, everywhere in the world, at the same time. If there's something we're learning hands-on, you record it. We're all going to be educated on the topic. Great progress. And you just build, architect, paint, have some fun with it, you know? Create great friendships, because that is the true definition of law enforcement, military, border patrol. Keeping great standings, making sure everybody's cared for. They get documented so they can get the health care they need. Making sure we provide job opportunities within, same job opportunities available everywhere in every business, whether it be a restaurant, same. We have builders. We work with the banks, increasing wages mandatory within. All staff, $10, $20 every pay period for a guaranteed wage increase every 3 months. That's very, very healthy. And it doesn't take away that good teamwork that we need, those good solutions of problems that we need. We have good problem-solving skills. And it doesn't throw things off balance. So when we're all informed of how we stay alive, that's why we get our privacy when we come back home, because we have great relationships everywhere internationally, right? So I need to see all police, military, border patrol building with the detainees, educating as one, side by side together, with firm guidelines on what not to do, or they'll be dealt with. We're ensuring a great life for everyone with no risk to anybody's health. If anything, way more better health, way more better quality air. Everyone in the nice big home mansions, everyone with brand new vehicles. All old vehicles get turned into the dealership. You melt the metal, remold that metal for new models of vehicles. So now you have that healthy wage increase, you know, to keep each other healthy. After that, get with your contractors, survey land on a default, surveyed land. Right now, I'm a reflection of my investments, which is the people. So I'm on a 0.75 acre land, and it takes some maintenance to cut the grass, right? If an acre is great for you, so be it. If anything, to keep the families under healthy living standards, you just create that mansion for them. They're already gonna have their wages increasing, not stopping, as long as this world exists. So everywhere you go in the world, it's gonna be brand new, crisp, a life that everybody deserves to live. And it's healthy. There's some men and women out there, you know, that sacrifice their lives the wrong way when they didn't have to. They didn't have to do all that unnecessary stuff. They just had to lead. They just need good leaders. That's why we need to remain constant in the good word. Motion picture, constant. Give examples of what happened. Case files reviewed. What happened when this happened. Somebody thought like that once. You know, you guys are all new here. Everyone's alive right now. There's all new here. This is what happened when that happened. Give the worstest example because that's exactly what happened. And, you know, comedy, action, drama, it's all education. You have all the great resources at your disposal. There's no excuse for anything to go out of line and out of context. You can channel it healthy through movies, through media. Express yourself on the internet for your own protection, but in real life, then you lead by example. Now they know what you mean, because it all comes down to because we want to care for each other. We don't want to waste our time when we go outside. That's why we make sure we offer and serve a nice, clean plate and very respectful and kind to one another. Because that's how we're respected when we go back home. Dude, we have neighbors. Even the people that say they don't have neighbors, they still have to come outside to keep on making that living that they want to obtain. And how are we respected every time we go back home? Is because we care for one another. We make sure everybody's under healthy living standards with the rules to follow. You don't have to be kissing ass for no reason, dude. Just literally, that's how everything's understanding. We all bear the same fruits. You know, so our frustrations are exactly alike. So don't confuse yourself. Don't act very impulsive. Wisdom, knowledge, direction. Every time you come across life, you stay still. Present yourself in a kind manner. Lead by example, because that's the only thing taking you back home and being respected and sleeping safe and sound at night. We have new life coming in all the time. They need to know the same importance. And within your projects of housing projects, you're going to also do that healthy wage increase too. So money you're never going to lack ever again. Nobody in the world. Because there's already so many ways to like skip flipping burgers when that's very, very important. How many more people are just going to be like, oh, take it for granted and then go make desk money or go make commission money? You know it's so easy to do. Everybody can do that. But who else is going to care about knowing the importance of making sure our produce and foods are cared for with kind, love, and compassion, caring hands? Because whatever happens to what's in front of you is a reflection of what happens to you. All right? Anyways, I'm seeing very, very great progress. You know, I mean, God every turn. All I see is God when I see you. You are a good person. Everyone is a good person. Sometimes when you see things that you can't explain, you don't know if they were being confused or provoked like we were. You know? That's why it's best to educate the topic and lead a better way. Because then tons of innocent people get confused and tons of pointless deaths that will never matter. Because there's no need for any of it. We build together, make sure everybody's healthy and cared for. They don't lack nothing. You stay constant on that good word, man. billboards. So look, very effective, known to work overseas bases, build luxury mansions for the surroundings and community, right? Side by side, and give. And for accomplishment, post a billboard, news of the surroundings, an accomplishment with their families happy in their new brand new home. And then the rest of the community gets excited and very happy. They're building a home. Yes, great, because you're gonna need a home. You're gonna need some good food, and we wanna care for you. Because what happens to you happens to us. That's why we keep great relationships internationally. So come on over and build with us. Come and cook and clean with us. Know the rules that we all have to follow together in order to keep living a very great, prosperous life. There's animals to have fun with and to take care of and to keep healthy. They have to also eat healthy foods. There are plants under the sea, there are plants on the line, on the land. They need to be replanted. People are gonna always need to eat. People are always gonna need to keep clean water. We need to all know how to clean our water together. That's why everybody is involved. Anything presented to the world, that's the world's. Anything. And then homes can be built underwater, underground. You don't want to be half-assing it here before we go to the next planet and create a beautiful world over there. We have to have all healthy patterns, healthy, great habits. Because you can make anything a habit for yourself. So you make sure you pick a good habit, because you can make anything a habit. So you pick that good habit that you know is the best interest for yourself and a great life for you, and the best interest for all. Because what affects your surroundings affects you. And that's how, no matter any circumstance, you will always persevere. You will always be in great standing. No matter what they're barking at you, you ignore it, spread the good word, and you lead. Just get you a nice big home. No matter what happens, it'll be worth being there for you, God. God every turn. And you'll see, God is good all the time. God is good all the time. Every time. That's all you're going to see everywhere in the world. Now you see that when things happen, it's because people don't really understand what they're feeling when they come across a new life, or when they encounter a dispute of some sort. What you feel is God's presence that gives life, privacy, knowledge, wisdom, and direction. So you won't waste your time, so you can get right to getting along and living. That's all it is. Give yourself a couple of hours, a day, to get used to being around each other. Keeping everyone used to each other is very important. And we're going to have theme parks like SeaWorld, Disneyland, theme parks, very adventurous rides in the public parks. Why? Because now we have all law official government with the people, everybody all equally educated, doing the same tasks. Work is not going to feel like work. Now it's to a point where this is what keeps us alive. This is what keeps us, our privacy respected. This is what has us asleep, safe and sound. We built tons of great equity over the years. We're barely in the year 2000s. We've grew great, healthy care providers in manpower. And you're not going to be directed the wrong way. No, God won't allow that. See how your life can be super, super fun. You don't have to be, misguided and channeling your, your loyalty the wrong way, becoming a healthcare risk to all. You don't have to do that. You need good leaders. We build, we educate one another. There's tons of things to look out for, dude. People sacrifice their life, and it's not going to be for no reason. People went out. They lost their, loved ones. They went through divorces when they didn't have to. We keep healthy communications. You can work. Now you can fly every single day, work in and out of work. And that also increases demand in engineering. So more job opportunities. So now you got the detainees. Now they're right where you want us. Right? Now they're right where you want them. So you're not going to waste your time. Correct. Build. Let them know that's short-lived. You're gonna love your life so much, way better, beyond your imagination, because given this great information, you're already gonna make it better, God. To God every turn. Dude, you guys are getting impressed off of technology. You guys are getting impressed off what? Just a big house takes people. Everybody was getting already unmotivated. You were seeing lack of nurses, lack of builders, lack of people really wanting to put in that work and be in our restaurants. Why? Because you started valuing other things. So now there was an imbalance. Now they're running to be a star, or they're running to be this and that. And it all comes from us, the people, together. It's a together thing everywhere in the world, together. It's very important. Disease control, that's why great relationships are very, very important. All it takes is one toxic narrative, and then it confuses everything, and then it ravels into something else, and then, oh my goodness, spreads like wildfire. You do not want that. You're not going to go outside. God's not going to let you do that. Everyone is going to live a long, godly life. And everybody at it, even people, our elders, they can come to space with us, and they will. This, God's plan, is literally no risk, 100% proven, great results. And it keeps everybody's health to God. Now you see how they were adapting to the sick how they were adapting to the worst case scenarios and they were funding that. Now we're adapting to a better, great life. Known results. This is not wishful thinking. This is 100% intent, godly, real life, real time, great results. Everything legalized, organized. So now it goes nowhere else but right there to the law officials. So there's no excuse. Now we're going to see who really wants the streets clean, right? Or who is fronting. It won't be denied. I predicted the pandemic with God when God told me, and it actually happened in 2020, and tons around the world died because people got careless. And of course, nobody's taking no for an answer because nobody's going to be getting belittled. You guys have a roof over your head that you need to obtain. You have families that you need to feed. So you increase those wages, healthy, teamwork. There's always a solution to every problem. Go straight to the solution. And keep it fun. I went to the grocery store today, just before I made that last video last night, and it was so fun. Food stands, and everybody was so happy, you know? Everybody, you know, caring for our consumption, that's very important, to be aware of new foods, new styles. It keeps it fun. You can have literally amusement parks, you know, in the grocery stores too, or in the malls. When we're all building together, things can be better. Less accidents will happen. No crimes will be committed. Not when we're all working side by side. There's nowhere else to go. Now they don't have to be dishing out or stirring up whatever drug for a quick buck because they want a house, a car, all of that. Now there's gonna be no excuse. Now it's gonna be healthy everywhere. Now when we go outside, we're not gonna waste our time ever. Now we don't have to like freak out. There's more like scarier things to worry about, like weather storms, if you keep on becoming careless. A cold that you can get, gasping for breath because, you know, the seasons came. Let your body fight off these sicknesses so you can create that healthy memory cells of strength to become immune. You don't always want to be dependent on going straight to medication because then you'll weaken your immune system to a certain extent. You know, get to know your body and you listen to your body, because we literally went through so much trial and error to get to this point, so that you have the proper dosage. And whatever you're saying, if you don't know how to explain yourself properly, once you say that, we know exactly how to treat you better. You know? A lot of brave women and men lost their lives for this information and knowledge that we obtain today. You do not want to be losing your life when you're not even a problem, you're doing everything right, and then people are dying for no reason. We need firmness. We need that firm law. And understand why the laws were created. It's historic proof, like the Ten Commandments, which is way more stricter. But the law was created so people won't cross each other's boundaries, so where respect and privacy is understood. And that's how you're guaranteed your respect and privacy. You do not want to entertain conflict or entertain your own paranoia of things that you do not understand, of things that you've never seen before. You're just hearing this and that. That's not what you're seeing in front of you. Now it's your turn to lead by example. Spread that good word all the time. God made every single individual, God every turn. If it's out of your comfort zone, well, that's God. Enjoy that knowledge and wisdom. It's all knowledge, dude. It's so enjoyable. Encountering new life. It's like different realms that you enter with God when you come across new life. God is good all the time. Tell yourself that. Every time. Every time you're getting confused or sidetracked, you tell yourself, God is good all the time. You don't even know how the first person was made, dude. You're only basing it off of what's presented to all of us to this day. Alright? God is good all the time. And we're already best of friends in great relationships everywhere in the world. Don't lose that. That's how we suppress disease. That's how we get right to the bottom of healthcare risks. That's why we take combat training and educate everybody equally at the same time, everywhere in the world. Because they already know where we're at. You gotta make sure you are equally equipped to suppress in healthcare. In the medical field, we do not assume anything. That's how we see the obvious problem. It starts with getting all that shit out of your head and walking with God. God is good all the time, and God will never fail you, ever, anywhere in the world, really. You guys need to stop. You guys need to stop being so impulsive. You're going to start walking with God. Because then you're over here hearing this and that, and you're then you confuse, and then you make it more than what it is, and then accidents happen for no reason. All you had to do was give everything to God, be nice to your surroundings, and that too will pass. And over time, you'll just notice they were just freaking out. So I remain constant in the good word. Usually the people in denial, I mean, come on, man, we see it before it even happens with everything. God bless.